Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here on this Friday morning. I know everybody's excited about getting ready for a big weekend. Got some good activities going on. Also have some good weather. Looks like it's going to be hot, but it's still going to be some nice early and late afternoon outdoor activities. So go ahead and get geared up and get this. We've got that fishing report coming up. We're going to give away some seafood. Got some great drone videos. So let's get started with our weather, brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. Run by, check out all the programs they have there. We've had them on the show. Great school up there, all kind of vocational programs. High today, 91, low 79, water temperature 86 degrees. It's really warm out there. Tide chart. This is interesting looking on today, Friday the 14th. We've got I'm sorry, it's the 15th. And it's got some, the high tide is coming in slow, but then it's going to be really dropping out this afternoon. High tide is going to be around, 7:23 and low tide at 6:29. So it's going to be a fast falling tide, okay? Let's go and do our fishing game time brought to us by Barron's Barbecue Shrimp Marinade Sauce. Our time this morning, 8:27 to 10:27, which coincides with that tidal drop right there. And tonight, 8:50 to 9:50. And speaking about tonight and all, there's some folks starting to flounder gigging. It's not burning, it's not tearing it up. They're starting to gig a few flounder, getting ready for the late summer. So again, that's a good time to go, and just be aware of that. All right. Also, be aware now that if you're going out at nighttime, make sure that that people know where you're going to be. Make sure you have all your lights are working. So many times, especially these guys gigging in these old boats and all, they get out there and the wiring is a little bit off and the light's not on. So you gotta be lit up when you're out there. Okay, just be safe. All right, we'll take a break and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Got a few Friday morning pictures. Usually don't get a lot of them, but people have been fishing during the week, and really good pictures here. This is Linda Cabot, called a nice tarpon. Isn't that a great picture? And she wrote, "I don't think there's anything more beautiful." Good job, Linda. And what a great picture. And speaking of tarpon, I decided, they're hot this time of year. Here's over on Okaloosa County Pier. Congratulations, here she is, Beth Cooper of Pace, who landed this 100-pound tarpon on the Okaloosa County Pier this morning. I'm sure to have it out of water like that, she had a permit, but that is a big tarpon, 100 pounds. I don't know if I'd take it out of water. I'd probably go ahead and release it in the water. But anyway, what a trophy shot there. All right, here we're talking about quality red snapper and folks doing some good snapper fishing. And this is Jeff Reynolds right here. That's some quality. You can see out here, this local out here. Okay, he's fishing with Stuart Miller. I'm going to show you the fishing trip they had. Isn't that a great picture of red snapper? I mean, that's a beautiful picture. They all have the color. Stuart runs that Great Escape out there on Captain Anderson Marina. Here's another, that's a whole trip right there. But look at the grouper they got. That was a fine fishing trip out there. Jeff Reynolds. Jeff, he's grinning from ear to ear, and I would be too. That's some quality fish right there. I just wanted, I could show you pictures every day of the charter fleets coming in. I don't, because we just don't have time, and after a while it gets routine. But I just want to show that was quality. Here's Austin Gibbons. Listen to this. He said, big old Jewfish robbed me of my 3 nice mangrove snapper and fish stringer, but I made it out with 5 nice shovel-nosed lobster. And it was a good dive. So he got a lobster. Austin graduated last year, but see how it has him on a stringer there. Now, and that goes to show you. And we talked about the sharks, getting stuff and all, and these other big fish are really bad about it. These Goliath grouper are really bad about getting your fish when you're a diver. I hear the story over and over again. Okay, here's an ugly picture. How about some? Bill Angevine said this. He's taking a picture from the Panama City Beach Pier of the algae and June grass. Here's another picture of it, okay? And see how it's sort of way down the beach. Of course, we're looking back toward Panama City. way down that way it's not that bad, but it comes in clumps and sections and all. But this is right next to the pier. But he also sent me an email. In fact, I'll let you read it. He said, not as bad today. They got 10 plus kings about noonish today, and I got 7 keeper Spanish around 5 to 6 on a spoon. Some tarpon coming to pier, a little bit of everything, but not a lot of anything. Okay, that's a good report there, but it goes to show you what's going on. Okay, here's a nice one. Okay, right here, Victor Hathcote. He posted, Winston, we took your advice and went crabbing. And so look at there, his wife and the Krusty Crabbing Crew. Now look at that big old smile on their faces, okay? Remember last week we talked about some of the things to do in the summertime, and one of them was crabbing, so Victor Haskell took the family out. That was fun. Good picture there. Don't forget, tomorrow, okay, tomorrow we'll be having the, I won't be doing it, but I'll try to get down to the Sea Quarters Marina Youth Fishing Tournament. We've talked about it 2 or 3 times already. Just wanted a quick reminder. Get on down there tonight. They have a little clinic tonight, but get a chance to go in there. At 4 o'clock will be the weigh-in at Sea Quarters Marina. Also next weekend, the Bayou Bash down at the St. Joe Marina. So all kinds of things going on to be on top of, be aware of. Also the latest fishing clinic, I have that coming up. That's also next weekend here at St. Andrews State Park. So next couple of weekends, all kind of activities. So try to squeeze in some fishing for yourself, and also go to some of these other activities and all. But I did want to point out, getting back to the tarpon, you saw the tarpon being caught and all. Remember now, you have to have a $50 tag to get those things out of the water. So be aware of that. And I personally, I just try to jump in the water with them, get a picture taken and all. But tarpon fishing is a lot of fun. I mean, it's called a king tarpon for a reason. And even I found some, one of the most interesting books I've ever read was a guy who came over from England. He was fishing here down at Boca Grande. He called it English Angler. And he wrote, it was a story about, a book about him tarpon fishing and how they did it back in those days. I don't have it with me, I'd like to show you, but this goes back to the 1800s, tarpon fishing. And here, I talk about it time and time again, how it started here in the early 1900s. We had some great guides here. In the 1920s, 20s and 30s, with some really strong tarpon fishing here in the Florida Panhandle. Some really big fish were caught. And but we'll talk about tarpon later on. I just want you to be aware of that, okay? We're going to take our break and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Glad you're with us on this Friday morning. You know, we work hard at this, take great pride in presenting all kind of interesting things to you, and we'll try to keep things fresh every day and all. And I can tell you before, Jeff has gotten into a drone, filming from a drone, and we got a situation now where he's got some video, and I promise you we're going to show it to you. I've seen the videos, it's outstanding video, and we're going to incorporate it into Panhandle Outdoors and do some stuff later on, but this would be the first time we've actually come some drone footage right here exclusively on Panhandle Outdoors. So he also has it on his Facebook page. But now, he was up there, he and his family went up there to South Carolina. He has family up in South Carolina, and they were up there on July 4th. And it was some really good stuff, and I got 2 videos that Jeff let us have, and it's going to be the first one is going to be in South Carolina, about 2.5 minutes, then we're going to switch over to Panama City here. But the South Carolina footage, he's up there around Toccoa. He's in the southwestern part of South Carolina, and it's really interesting. He's got what they call a broken bridge area, one bridge on South Carolina, one part of the bridge is on Georgia, and it used to be a bridge all the way across, but they blew it up and made a passageway for the boats and all. So going to have some drone footage coming in there, and then he's going to have let's see what else you got here, Jeff. He's going to have Twin Falls. He's also going to have Issaquena Lake and Dam. You're going to see that, and then Twin Falls. About 3 different areas in southwest South Carolina. South Carolina is a very scenic state. And then we're going to switch over, come here to Panama City and show Masalina Bayou, Tarpon Dock, coming in from Harrison Avenue, from St. Andrew Bay, and that whole system there. And that's really when the first settlers and all came into St. Andrew and up in Masalina Bayou, and that area right there. So you're going to see some really exclusive drone footage by Jeff Peck. So Jeff, let's roll your drone footage. Okay, welcome back and welcome to the famous Friday fishing forecast. Hope you enjoyed that video. That's some good quality video, and we're going to, like I say, expand more. Like I was telling Jeff, we're going to hit our next level now. I've retired now. We're going to hit the ground running later part of the summer and the fall. We're going to really gear it up. There's going to be a lot more fishing video you're going to start seeing. So. And that's going to be part of it too. So we're looking forward to it. Okay, let's do our drawing real quick. Okay, we didn't do that earlier. Okay, first will of course be a $20 gift certificate to Tarpon Dock Seafood, and the winner is going to be Sarah Taylor from Parker, and the winner of the big red snapper, and we've had some big red snapper this year, and that's going to be Bill Jones, Sarah Taylor and Bill Jones, in that order right there. So now, let's go ahead and, can you get it there good? Let's start on a fishing report. I want to mention, we're going to start out in the middle of the viewing area. Sometimes we start east end and west end. Today, let's start in the middle right here, St. Joe Bay. You know, I've had reports on scallop and all, of course, you know, that's coming later, but with the red tide affecting scallops. I really got some reports too recently, especially when I was down there on July 4th week and got to talk to a lot of people. The red tide affected the redfish and the trout, and they think it's been an off year, honestly, as far as fishing in St. Joe Bay. I've talked to some guides and all. They're catching some fish, but not the bounty they've had in the years past. So hopefully it's going to build back up pretty strong. But the places to go, again, we'll start at tip right here, and let's see, it won't come back in here. Okay. You know, fishing the Spanish and all are going to be up in this area. This is called Pompano Point in here, and they're still catching some pompano. They're coming through. Okay, of course, then you have Eagle Harbor. What's beautiful is looking at these sand dunes, looking at these sand dunes at the state park, all through here. I mean, just drifting. You've got a southwest wind just drifting fish in here. Eagle Harbor is a good place to fish if you can stay out of the traffic. Okay, it gets real busy on weekends. That's really a weekday fishing in Eagle Harbor where you launch your boat. But then come on down here. I'm gonna sort of concentrate on this area right in here. Pig Island, back on the backside of Pig Island. You gotta do that on high tide though. Good trout fishing here around Pig Island, and then up over here in Blacks Island. See these channels, we talked about that last year. I didn't talk about it this year, but these channels feed off really good. And this area right in here is good for speckled trout fishing and red fishing, and of course, and don't forget on the backside, what I call it, the backside of the bay, to me, like I say, this record pompano was caught right there. Okay, so anyway, the fishing is pretty, it's a little bit off there, okay? Let's go down there to Apalachicola Bay. They're catching some tarpon off St. George Island, catching some nice tarpon now. And also the bridge fishing in Apalachicola is good early in the morning and late in the afternoon. They're still catching some white trout there in Apalachicola on the old bridge. The river itself, the Apalachicola River, getting the fresh water. The river itself is low, around 2 foot, and it's really been good. We've had bass fishermen on yesterday's show. Tyler talked about how the bass fishing on Apalachicola River the last couple of years have really kicked it up. And it's because of if we get high water, then low water, those big fish are able to get back in the flats, and those sloughs feed up really good, and then they're fat and healthy when you catch them up there. Lake Wimico is doing real well. Okay, freshwater fishing has been really good. Going down to Carabel, we didn't file a report from Carabel, but last week, I'm sure it'll be the same this week. Captain Kim was talking about some nice redfish being caught in the mouth of the Carabel River, and also back behind Dog Island. And again, they're having trouble. I won't say trouble. They're catching a lot of sharks unintentionally. A lot of if you fish in the bottom area and all, they're catching a lot of sharks. So she's saying keep your bait pretty high in the water if you're trying to catch some different fish. Okay, but be aware of that. We talked about that area too. Now let's come into St. Andrew Bay real quick. Bounce back up in here. The drum fishing, I've seen the most drum pictures this year than I think I ever have since I've been doing the show. A lot of drum being caught. The mackerel bite has been strong. The tarpon fishing, you just saw the picture earlier, Belinda Cavanaugh. Tarpon fishing, we're at the really strong, late summer has always been really good tarpon fishing, so it has been really good. Morning fishing, I had a St. Andrew State Park. I heard of some guys catching some fish early in the morning off the St. Andrew State Park pier. Okay, right there, area right in here. All right, let's move on to Grand Lagoon. It's tough fishing Grand Lagoon. Just so much boat traffic. But if you fish it during the week and fish these docks right up in here, these docks are holding some redfish right now. So be aware of that. Okay. West Bay, okay, San Andrew Bay has been decent at best, okay. Let's move on up here to North Bay and West Bay. We saw some manatees. Big manatee was up in here this past week, but also the tip right in here, there was a nice redfish caught right in here, okay. This is the early part of the week. Let's move over quickly. Over here to Rosemary Beach. Again, we're talking about weekend fishing. It's just really, the fish is surf fishing over in the seaside and all that. You got to go early in the morning. You just got to get up there early in the morning, fish at a daybreak about 8 or 9 o'clock, and then you're going to pull out because of the traffic and all. But it's been good. Again, I wrote down the mahi. The dolphin bite has been excellent coming out of Panama City Beach. It's been the king bite continues to be good. I wouldn't say super strong, but been some nice kings caught out of Mexico Beach and Panama City. Okay, and bluefish again, a lot of bluefish too, and the red snapper bite was excellent. Of course, it's closing up now, but and the amberjack, you saw pictures of amberjack and red snapper on this week's show. So we've had a variety of fish caught, and you can see by the picture we bring in. Okay. All right, so we're going to start wrapping things up. It's been a good week here in Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate the viewership. We really enjoy bringing the show, and like I say, we're going to be doing bringing some footage out of the ICAST tackle show will be coming up, and we're going to be showing you that soon too. All kind of inventions. Like I said, I showed you a picture of that square hook. I'm fascinated to talk to folks about the square hook and see if that's going to catch any fish and what their research says. But anyway, we're going to be getting out of here. You have a great weekend. Make sure you do some good outdoor activities. Enjoy yourself. Take your family outdoors, or you and your buddies go outdoors. Enjoy it. Be safe and be careful, and drink plenty of water because it's going to be hot. Have a great weekend. Do something good for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.